My name's Daver, and in this video I'm going to give you some stocking stuffer ideas for the woodworker in your life. Grab a cup of hot cocoa, mosey on up to the fire, and stick around. This is Daver Made. Before I get started, I just want to say that I am not sponsored by any of the companies that make these products. However, I am open to it. Send me a message. I picked these items for a couple reasons. I think these are some really good products and I use some of them myself. Another reason is that I think they're small enough that you can fit them into most stockings, though it may depend on the stocking size. Without further ado, let's get into the list. The first item on the list is a tape measure. Specifically, this fast cap tape measure. Over the last couple years, I've acquired several tape measures, but none have measured up to the fast cap one. It has a standard and standard reverse rule, which means you can use it left or right-handed. The black and red numbers contrast nicely with the white tape, so it's very easy to read, and the measurements go down to a 1/16 of an inch. This tape measure is also very durable. I know I've dropped this a lot on my concrete floor in my shop. If you're still using pencils, it has a pencil sharpener built in. Oh, and you can also write on it. All in all, this is a very versatile tape measure. It's affordable, and it would make a great stocking stuffer. Second item on the list is a marking gauge or a marking knife. Pencils are nice, but they're not perfect. As an aspiring woodworker myself, I've learned that a marking gauge or a marking knife is much more reliable and precise. They're also not that expensive. They can make perfect hairline layout marks, both with and across wood grain. These also don't break like pencil lead. Well, at least they shouldn't. And if they do, you might be using them wrong. Next item on the list is hand cream. Yes, hand cream. If the woodworker in your life is anything like me, their hands get pretty dry and tore up in the shop, especially when it's cold outside. So they don't bleed all over their work, get them some hand cream. Unless you're making something for a vampire or a shark, people don't want blood all over their woodworking pieces. There are many brands out there, and I've used O'Keeffe's for quite a few years. However, I'll let you decide which one you get for the woodworker in your life. Another great stocking stuffer for a woodworker is a notebook, specifically a weather-resistant notebook. These things are fantastic and durable. There are a few different brands. Right in the Rain is another brand, again, not sponsored. This is a Right in the Rain notebook I had back in my military days, and this thing has held up over the years, and they'll last forever as long as you don't run out of any paper. Just to demonstrate how awesome these notepads are, I poured a whole glass of water on this one, and with a quick wipe up, I was able to continue writing on it. These notepads are awesome, and the woodworker in your life would really appreciate having these in the shop. Next item on the list, sandpaper. Yes, sandpaper. Specifically, this 3M Cubitron sandpaper. I have found that this is the best sandpaper that I've ever used. Again, I am not sponsored by 3M, but this sandpaper I found to be the best, and it's not that expensive. This has made sanding a lot better and a lot more of an enjoyable experience. It's not enjoyable, I don't know why I said that. A lot less of a sucky experience. There's a great video that Jonathan Katz-Moses did comparing all the sandpapers out there, and this one ranked one of the best. If you don't believe me, check out his video. I'm gonna link it in the description. And if you know a woodworker who is not committed to one specific brand of sandpaper, this one is gonna be a game changer for them. Hey 3M, send me some free Cubitron sandpaper. The next item on my list is related to sandpaper and sanding, and that is a reusable dust mask that uses filter inserts like this. It's no secret that woodworkers deal with a lot of dust, and you don't want to breathe that in, so get the woodworker in your life a dust mask that they can reuse and change out the filter inserts on the inside. It'll save them money and their lungs. There are several different brands out there, but the ones that I use are called Base Camp dust masks, and I got them on Amazon. It's extremely comfortable and it's pretty inexpensive. I've had this for about a year and I've had no issues with it. Another great stocking stuffer for any woodworker are work gloves. These gloves are not to be used when using power tools because you want to be safe, but when you're handling sheet goods or rough lumber or anything that's got a bunch of splinters and nails and all that, you want to make sure that you protect your hands because your hands are important. Alternatively, you can get them some disposable gloves. As a woodworker, I'm using disposable gloves all the time for finishing and staining, painting, epoxying. Epoxying? You just want to make sure that the gloves are rated for whatever that woodworker is going to be doing. I think there are different thicknesses and you want to just make sure that you are getting the right gloves for whatever they're working on. But these are fantastic and you can never have enough. The next item on the list is a shop apron. Now you may or may not be able to fit this into somebody's stocking, but you could roll it up. Now some people like to use shop aprons and some people don't, but I think they're very important. This is a Cat's Moses shop apron and it's really awesome because I can put my combination square here and it's got a thing for my marking knife, but do some research and figure out what you think would work for the woodworker in your life. Again, I am not affiliated or sponsored by Cat's Moses. This is just what I use and I think it's fantastic. Next item on the list is a good push block or a push stick. Now these might be a little bit big for a stocking, but if you took them out of the packaging, I think you could fit them in there.
Now most table saws come with a push stick that resembles a skinny chicken leg. In my opinion, these don't give you the best control and precision as a push block or a push stick, such as a micro jig or this Miles Craft push stick that I'm using here. These give you a little bit more surface area to keep the stock firmly against the fence, and with proper technique can reduce the chances of kickback. And kickback is not fun. Ask me how I know. If I had to pick one as a gift for somebody, I would go with the micro jig push block. I think that it just gives you better control and it keeps your hand nice and safe and out of the way. However, it is a little bit expensive, so if you have the extra cash, go for it. But if you don't, you might want to skip this item on your stocking stuffer list.
And that brings us to the last stocking stuffer idea for the woodworker in your life. And other than cash or alcohol, this one's pretty thoughtless, but I think it's really good if you're not really sure what to get that woodworker, and you can let them decide. And that's a gift card. And you want to get a gift card specifically to a woodworking store such as Rockler or Woodcraft. You may be thinking, what's wrong with the big box home improvement store? Well, unless they're going to be remodeling their bathroom, those are going to be pretty useless. Rockler, Woodcraft, or any other local woodworking store near you is going to have things more specific to woodworkers, and I highly recommend going with that. They will be so thankful and happy that you did that. Now, I'm not going to debate what's better, Rockler or Woodcraft. I'll let you do that in the comments below. And that completes the list. However, I do have some honorable mentions. A SawStop table saw.
Almost there. It'll fit.
And my last honorable mention is something that will help any woodworker with hauling lumber and sheet goods, and that's a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado ZR2. Nothing says I love you, happy holidays more than a financial burden for the next 36 to 72 months. Well, I hope this video gave you some ideas for stocking stuffers for the woodworker in your life. Whether you put up a tree, a menorah, or an aluminum pole, have a safe and happy holidays. And go easy at the airing of the grievances this year. Thanks for watching and take care.